Welcome to the channel. I'm Stacy, and my goal here is to help you to play better and sound better in your worship services. Today, I'm going to go over my rig and how I had things set up for this past Sunday, from the HX Stomp to the drive section to my wet effects, and kind of go over each of the tones I had set up for each of the songs, and hopefully you find that helpful. Something I've been thinking about doing is a bit more of a deep dive on each stage of the rig, so kind of starting with the amps, what I'm running on my HX Stomp, and then going into the drive section, how I stack things, how you might want to stack things. Everyone has different pedals, and every pedal is a little bit different. There's a lot of versions of the same kinds of things, but just to kind of give you a little bit of insight, even on the wet effects, how those are laid out, set up and dialed in, modulation, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in a bit more of a deep dive on these things, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to put that together for you. That'd probably be something I'd put out on Saturdays, so a little bit of Saturday morning entertainment. So this Sunday, I ran a 2-amp setup on my HX Stomp, as I always do. This one is the Match 30, a Matchstick Channel 1 on one side, and AC 30 on the other. Now, also, my line isolator, which I love, sums it to mono. I'm only going mono out to the room, but these amps stack well. So what I'm looking for when I'm pairing up a couple of amps is for one amp to give me, I think, like the brightness or the crispness that I want, and then the other one to kind of fill in where that one's missing. And these two amps, while they seem similar, they're the Matchstick Channel 1, it's a matchless, kind of modeled after an AC 30, and it has some similar characteristics, but they both have different, they each have different speakers. So the AC 30 has an Alnico magnet. The Matchstick has a ceramic magnet. That does have a big effect on the tone. I had an AC 30 for a while. It didn't sound great when I bought it. The tubes were microphonic. I had to have those replaced. I was kind of happy with the amp, but it also had the ceramic speakers and not Alnico, so I kind of missed out on what an AC 30 can do. Anyway, I traded that amp for an SG, I think it was the special or whatever it was, one with the P90s. I liked that one okay, but I ended up selling that guitar and then building out my Epiphone Les Paul with upgraded pickups, upgraded electronics, and I probably funded a couple of other projects from that sale. Anyway, so on the amp, on the HX Stomp, I'm running optical trem, and I use that for the second verse section on Trusting God. And then I have the effects loop that I only ran the Eternity and the Revelation, the jet, delay, and reverb. But the flashback is in the loop as well. I just didn't use it this week. And then I have a noise gate to kill the hiss that comes off of that effects loop. And then we're going into those two amps, each with their own cab. And on the Matchstick Channel 1, I'm using the H30 dual cab. And then on the AC 30, the SX30, I'm using the Bluebell. And then I'm going into a simple EQ, and I'm bumping the low gain at a decibel just to give a little bit more weight to the low end. And then the holy mid-range at 777 hertz, I'm doing that one at 1.5 decibels. And then the high gain at 2.5 decibels just to kind of crisp things up going into the board. On my pedal board, I have the compressor always on, and I've been using this setting for a while. I might turn the sustain up a little bit just to get a little bit more glue out of that pedal. But I like what it does. That's going as far as in the signal chain for what I use this week. I have the compressor. It kind of goes this way. So it's going into the soul food, which I didn't use. I'll use that one more with humbuckers. It kind of brightens up the tone, and it's also like a lead boost. I like what that does, but I didn't need it for this week. Then I'm going into the Signa drive, which is a Tube Screamer clone. And I'm using it like a Tube Screamer. The gain is down. The level is up just above unity. And I kicked that on for the slide part of The Lord Will Provide. And then I have the ODR-1. And from last week, I've got that one quite a bit different. So the drive is down to, it looks like right around 3. The spectrum around 4. Level at 4. Then I'm going into the Rat Clone. And that one's set up quite a bit different too. I've got that distortion down just right around a little bit above 9 o'clock. The filter is about 2 o'clock, and the volume looks like to be right around 1. I got the vintage what is it, vintage and turbo. I've got that one flipped up to vintage, the toggle switch. And then the carbon I have set quite a bit different as well. So the gain is lower than last time, and the level is up. So as you turn the level up, you'll need to turn the gain down if you're trying to maintain unity or a little bit above unity going into the amp. So that's how I've got it. And then I have the toggle set to knock a little of the high end off, and I loved it. So I've got the song God So Loved set up. So I'll run through off and on with each of the effects that I used, how I used them, and then just kind of show you how they sounded for each of the songs. So here's the compressor. And then the carbon. And then for God So Loved the World, God So Loved, I also had the ODR-1. That's a fun one to play. So I just played, let's see, I had snapshot 1, so D, and that's going to sound like this. And then we go into a bridge. I roll the volume back. I didn't turn off the overdrives. I just rolled the volume back. So, and I went to snapshot 2, and that sounds like this. So a longer decay on both the reverb and the delay. And then rolling the volume back, I got this sound. I like that one. Next we had Witnessed It, and for that one I covered, like I said, the rhythm. So I'm down here, a lot of rakes, a lot of swells. And I think I used the longer decay snapshot for that one, kind of my mash. And that one, let's see, so the mash snapshot sounds like this. It's pretty long. And then kind of going backwards, the swell would be like this. That would be snapshot 3, snapshot 2. And the main one that I used for the song was snapshot 1. And I rolled the volume back, I believe. No, I might have actually kicked off the ODR-1 for those swells. And if I did roll the volume back, it would have sounded like this. I can't remember what I did exactly, but that's about where I would have had it. And then, let's see, I probably would have done rakes. I think I did rakes for the chorus, so once it went into that. And then the next verse section, I would have turned that up. And then I had just kind of a palm muted 16th note thing. forget exactly what the melody is on that one, but I did hang out there on the A string at this 3rd fret and then coming down when the chord progression hit the E minor, and then built it up from there. And then we go into the real cool drive. I love it. I love the big chords. I was a big fan of AC/DC, so I thought it was Angus Young. It wasn't until much later I found out it was his brother Malcolm playing that Gretsch on the bridge pickup with the crank Marshalls. Those are some sweet tones. So anyway, I just love big open chords. I love just that sound and that feel. So that's what I did on that one. And then the next one was Trust in God. And for that, let's see, I think I used Snapshot 3. I might have used the mash. And I was on the neck pickup. And kind of hanging out. Let's see, grab the slide. Oh, before we do that, I've witnessed it. The ambient effects were like this. That's the mash. Snapshot 3. Snapshot 2. And Snapshot 1. So I like that Snapshot 1 when I'm covering rhythm and playing chords. I don't want the delay to run on for too long. And I also don't want the decay on the reverb to go too long, because it can get muddy. So it's my thinking behind that. And then, let's see. So for I Thank God, my Snapshot 1 is going to have the tremolo. And then I have this MIDI bank set up with Snapshot 1, or with the snapshots callouts on the HX Stomp are programmed into the MIDI controller. So when I hit Snapshot 2, I have that to not come on. And the same with Snapshot 3. And so I start that song on Snapshot 3, and I'm coming in with swells. Grab my slide. Where did I set my slide? I'm not using the slide just yet, but I'll put it on to the beginning of the song. And so I'm just swelling in. We play that in the key of E. And so I'm just swelling in on kind of barred 9th fret D, B, D, G, and B strings. So that's the beginning of the song for me. And then when we go into the second verse section, I go down to the Snapshot 1. And without the tremolo, I'll just run through the snapshot sounds real quick. It's like this. Oops. So kind of a loud repeat, but not a long decay. Snapshot 2 was what I used for the slide tones. And also, for the other songs, the delay was on tape delay. For this one, it's on an analog delay. And then the reverb was on a modulated reverb, and this one's on the shimmer reverb. And so the Snapshot 2 is like this. Just to give those slide parts a little bit more sustain, I've got longer decays, longer trails. Snapshot 3. And I didn't use the mash on that one, so you don't need to go over that. So this was the sound for that second verse section. And then I kick on to snapshot 2, kick on the rat, and then the slide tone is like this. I dig it. All right, and then the next one was The Lord Will Provide. And for that one, I think I just hung out on snapshot 1. I'll be covering this one soon, and I'll have them set up with different snapshots, but the decay and the reverb will be the same on both. It's just whether the drives are on or not. And so this is the sound for that one. And then instead of using the rat clone, I kicked on the ODR-1 with the Signa drive stacked into it, and it would sound like this. I guess the decay and the repeats are going to be about the same. It's more of how it feels when you're playing it that it makes a difference whether those drives are on or not. And for that one, we come in with a rake. We did it in the key of A. That's a lot of fun to play. And then for the slide parts, I kicked on those two, the ODR-1 and the Signa drive. And then the song doesn't go, it's not down in energy, it's just down as far as this guitar is out. And then when I come in, it really has a big lift in the dynamics of the song. I love it. So just real quick, since the ambient effects are the same for both presets, it's just a difference of the drives. So I'll show you that sounds like this without the drive. With. And then the Signa drive. It's got a fair bit of sustain, and I like the bite that I got from that for those parts better than what I got from the rat. It worked. I love the rat for Trust in God. I even use it like that for I Thank God. But for whatever reason, I just thought that the kind of the attack that I was getting, maybe a little bit more of the mid-range presence of the ODR-1 being pushed with the Signa drive, just sounded better for my ears for that part. All right, I hope you found this one helpful. If you did, subscribe and hit that like button for good measure. If you're interested in those longer format videos covering each section of the rig, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do it. If you need song resources, there are links in the description box below that will take you where you need to go. There are a handful of downloads free for you in there as well. All right, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one.